what you talking about. Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. You already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance, till it turns daylight. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
Baby, what you talking about?
From the capital of Tennessee and of country music, for any of you fans out there, welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
We're at 23. Have guns. Here we go.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Throwing the out route complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Here's ETN on first down. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
On second down, it's ETN. There he goes on the right side. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead right away. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Just like they drew it up in practice this week, partner, and the exact start they wanted to have in this game.
That's 100%. That's why you script and you go over these plays ahead of time. Kate, you know this. All those amazing essays you wrote at Cal, that start to that paper was so important. It set the tone for the rest of it.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panthers, let's go.
Daniel's gonna throw to get us started. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go.
On first down, here's Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They send a receiver in motion right.
Ready.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. And they take him down right along the 30.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Second and 3 now.
Tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll come up first and 10.
19. Let's go now. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let's go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Higgins makes the catch. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for and you go out and execute.
They'll come up first and 10.
Ready. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the gun, it's Daniels. This throw is cupped. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush a passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third and short, Daniels. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans finish off their opening drive. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Titans respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, go, go. Go, go.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have second down behind the sticks. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
ETN on third down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Hey, Lion!
They're going to try with ETN. And he'll get it up to the 44. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Hey, kill!
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Lawrence in the pistol. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. With a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down. The Jaguars into punt formation. And this will be his first effort of the contest. And he gets him a small chunk of yards there before he winds up out of bounds. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Titans will have plenty of work to do on their next drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, 65 cat.
Running back sent in motion. Daniels on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
From the 28. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield and just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go. Jack.
Now Daniels to throw. This finds Dobbs. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Titans hoping to take a lead going into the break. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Come on.
Again, Daniels to the air. Completed to his running back. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 16 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Rolling left, buying some time. He's running with it. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second and 3 now. Daniels escapes the pocket. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Taken in by Dobbs. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. All set up now for first and 10. Daniels now. He's on the move. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Play fake here, Daniels. Bails out of the pocket quick. Has it in close. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Let's go now.
Now Daniels off the play action. And he's got it. That's a layout for it, but touchdown. The Titans take the lead just before halftime. It's a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Titans break that tie and now lead by 7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Take right open.
He'll throw it. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
Ready? 60 Maverick.
Running back, motioning right. To throw, Daniels. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
On the jump. Go.
On first down, here's Daniels. Forced out to his right. Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Complete. It's McLaurin. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Titans will have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Dumps it off to his running back. And they had that one contained right at the line. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. Right? Look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey.
Lawrence working from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Great job.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Easy. Route.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he goes out, just needed one more step to reach midfield. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Play action on first down. Higgins makes the catch. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they're going to face third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Motioning the tight end now. Daniels throwing on third. This is hauled in by McLaurin. That's the first down, and he's still going. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him first and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure or get that first down anyway.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Cowboy 80.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Cut out left. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Drops back. Needs an open man. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be third and goal.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he drops it in the end zone. The look was there on third down, but instead it's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. And after that last second... The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
13, red.
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Lion.
Tight end going in motion here. Counter give to Etienne. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. If you're fighting the good fight, you even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
Easy, read it, 24.
Lawrence now off the play action. Stays in the pocket. Now he's forced out. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Hey.
Lawrence looking to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll run for this. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
So often, one of the things you have to teach running backs at the NFL level, you don't always have to hit a home run. Especially in short yardage situations, just go get that single and move the chains.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Throwing the out route complete. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
11.
From the 19. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Route.
A tight end in motion now. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this forward to the 6. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Lion.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Titans take over on his 5th interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Jaguars have some new life in the 4th. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a...
Here's pressure, and he is dropped by the Titans. Big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Touchdown, Jacksonville. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Throw left side, caught by Higgins. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he's tackled for a short gain. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go.
Back-to-back carries here. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.